Fame fam, buckle up because today's 90-Day Universe is serving pure chaos, surgeries, healing journeys, and relationship plot twists you didn't see coming. We've got 7 mega stories, and every single one is wild. So let's speed around the drama before we dive deep. First up, Natalie versus Jasmine in their most explosive face-off ever. The tell-all goes nuclear as the two finally snap. Accusations fly, Jasmine storms off, Sean drags her back, and things almost get physical. Middle-aged woman insults, tears, yelling, the whole apocalypse in a studio vibe. If you thought their last feud was bad, oh, honey, this one shatters it. Meanwhile, Stacy Silva is back under the knife. Yes, again. She's getting a breast reduction, face rejuvenation, lifts, injections, basically the turkey special mega package. Fans say it's too late, they're worried for her mental health, and Reddit is straight up begging someone to intervene. Next, Jasmine Pineda is in therapy and finally confronting years of emotional trauma. She says Gino made her feel like an object, a freebie, and she's learning how deeply dehumanizing that was. Fans are actually relieved because for once, Jasmine is choosing healing over chaos. Then, Georgie and Darcy shock everyone with a brand new relationship update. After all those on-screen fights, money, babies, screaming in restaurants, Georgie suddenly drops a romantic anniversary tribute online, hinting they're totally fine and still together. Was the drama real or just for TV? Up next, Jenny has reached her breaking point. She's done living with Sumit's parents and gives him the ultimatum of all ultimatums. Move out or she walks. No hesitation. Fans are cheering her on, but Sumit looks completely blindsided. And let's talk Angela Deem, because viewers think something is seriously off. Her latest videos show bizarre gestures, flashing lights, unstable expressions, and Reddit is loudly speculating about drug use. Fans are worried, critics are convinced, and Angela, she's not saying a word. Finally, Chantel shares the most emotional tribute to girlfriend Ashley. Rare military photos, Haiti relief missions, heartbreaking stories of injured children, and Chantel calling her my baby with pure admiration. It's tender, raw, and honestly one of their most beautiful moments yet. Grab your snacks, hit like, tap subscribe, and punch that notification bell so you never miss the wildest reality TV updates on the internet. You guys, Natalie and Jasmine just delivered the volcanic eruption we all knew was coming, only this time it nearly turned physical. These two cannot coexist without chaos, and the latest tell-all finally shows the exact moment everything blew apart. And trust me, the cameras caught every second of the meltdown. So here's what went down. As soon as Natalie and Jasmine were in the same studio, same airspace, honestly, it was game over. Producers might as well have put a countdown on screen. Natalie walks in already tense, already emotional, because she's recounting years of trauma and disappointment from her relationship with Gino. But then the energy shifts. She turns directly to Jasmine, and we get the line that cracks everything wide open. Jasmine, as a woman, I am disappointed that you put your hands on me. Cue the room freezing. Even Sean Robinson had that, oh Lord, not again face. Jasmine immediately shuts down the narrative. She's rolling her eyes, arms crossed, shaking her head. She fires back with, I'm not playing this game, and actually walks off the stage while the cast is just sitting there in stunned silence. But Natalie, she is not done. The second Jasmine disappears backstage, Natalie ramps up, voice raised, pacing, fully committed to delivering her monologue, whether Jasmine is present or not. And when she yells, you are a middle-aged woman, grow up, everyone on set physically recoils. Sean eventually brings Jasmine back, and Jasmine comes out in tears. That's when we get the real tea. Jasmine finally admits the original argument at Gino's cousin's birthday party wasn't random. She says she was clinging to any hope Gino was giving her, trying to save her marriage, even if it meant getting messy in the process. Meanwhile, Natalie is just waiting to pounce because she's still labeling Jasmine a narcissist and a hypocrite. There's this almost surreal moment where Natalie's voice is echoing, Jasmine's wiping her face, and the cast, literally everyone, is staring like they're watching two planets collide. And honestly, the cast reaction shots deserve their own episode. The jaw drops, the side glances, the I need a drink faces, gold. Online, fans are already calling this one of the wildest clashes in tell-all history. People are zooming in on body language, lip-reading mutters, analyzing every eyebrow twitch. Someone even joked that the studio needed a fire extinguisher.
Keep it locked because the drama train is nowhere near stopping. Up next, Stacy Silva's shocking new surgery spree has the internet spiraling. So, here's the situation. Stacy Silva, yes, one half of the iconic Silva twins, is back in Turkey, wearing that all-too-familiar hospital gown and documenting the entire pre-op process on video. And this time, she's not talking about one procedure, she's talking about an entire menu. She looks at the camera, full glam, even in medical prep, and announces she's getting smaller boob implants, lifting, uplift, face rejuvenation, facelifts, little face injections, and a back lift to snatch me up. And honestly, even the nurse behind her blinked twice like, all that today? The internet did what the internet does. Screenshots from Stacy's hospital video hit Reddit instantly. The top comment on one thread reads, "This is tragic. Someone needs to intervene. It's horrifying." Another user wrote, "Imagine getting that much surgery and still thinking you need a filter this aggressive." And they're not wrong. Stacy filmed half the clip with the blurring filter so strong it made her look AI generated. Fans pointed out the irony. While Stacy says she's finally ready for a breast reduction to create a more natural, toned-down silhouette, she's also adding multiple face procedures and body lifts at the same time. One viewer joked, "This isn't a reduction, this is a full-body reboot." Others think the twins have crossed into deep body dysmorphia territory. People say this is no longer about enhancement. It's about chasing an identity that keeps slipping further away with each surgery. Several longtime fans said they barely recognize Stacy anymore, and that the twin surgeons should be held responsible. One comment bluntly said, "Every 2 months they're under the knife. Remove the surgeon's license." Then came the speculation. Is Darcy also in Turkey with her? Did they tag team this makeover like they've done so many times before? Some viewers swear they saw Darcy's voice in the background of Stacy's clip. Others think this is part of a twin rebrand storyline for whatever reality project they film next. And through all of this, Stacy hasn't slowed down. In fact, she looked thrilled, excited, and ready for the next chapter. Her caption basically said she's leveling up again, and fans, they're conflicted. Some viewers are cheering her on for finally reducing her implants, but a huge portion of the fandom is genuinely worried she's gone too far and that Darcy might be right behind her. Don't touch that dial, because this next one flips the emotional script completely. Wait till you see Jasmine's raw confession about therapy and healing. This story gets deep. So here's what's going on. Jasmine Pineda, the queen of dramatic meltdowns, epic fights, and reality TV intensity, has officially pressed pause on the chaos. In a brand new series of Instagram stories, she opened up about her very first real therapy breakthrough, and it's clear she's finally trying to reclaim the parts of herself she feels were lost during her marriage to Gino. Jasmine said she told her therapist, quote, "My last relationship made me lose my sense of worth as a human being." That's heavy.
And then she took it a step further. She explains how she felt objectified, treated as something rather than someone. She said Gino made her feel like a freebie, a thing he brought into America out of convenience instead of love. Her therapist apparently stopped her mid-sentence to point out how dehumanizing and degrading those labels actually are. She shared that moment online so her followers could learn from it too. She said, "Never let anyone treat you like that. I'm still learning to reclaim my humanity, my voice, and the love I forgot I deserved." And honestly, this was the calmest, clearest Jasmine fans have seen in a long time. This is all happening while she's still facing major public backlash from the tell-all drama, accusations from Natalie, and ongoing conversations about her marriage collapsing. But instead of fighting back or dragging Gino online, classic Jasmine moves, she's centering her mental health for once. And the fandom is stunned. People are like, wait, Jasmine is choosing therapy instead of trauma dumping in the kitchen? It's giving character development. It's giving main character glow up. It's giving season 10 redemption arc. There's also a deeper layer here. Many fans believe Jasmine's volatile behavior came from the years of emotional instability, love bombing, and neglect she dealt with in her relationship with Gino. Her acknowledging that directly, that's huge. And she's not just talking about healing, she's actively doing it. She confirms she's continuing therapy weekly and is trying to build back the confidence that relationships shattered. One fan commented, "This is the Jasmine we always wanted to see." Another said, "Healing looks amazing on you." Even critics were like, okay, respect. Fans are now wondering if this softer, grounded Jasmine means new beginnings romantically, or if she's staying single to rebuild her entire identity first.
Stick around because the relationship surprises aren't stopping here. Wait until you see Georgie's jaw-dropping update about where he and Darcy really stand. Okay, let's get into this because the fandom is reeling. Georgi Rousseff, yes, the same Georgie who had a full-on emotional breakdown on Happily Ever After, has just confirmed that he and Darcy are still married, still together, and still calling each other my love. And he didn't spill it in an interview or in a paparazzi's sighting. He did it in a soft, romantic anniversary tribute that nobody saw coming. The photo shows Georgie and Darcy looking surprisingly peaceful, smiling in a way we haven't seen on TV in months. And in the caption he writes, "Happy anniversary, my love," followed by a whole paragraph about how blessed he feels, how every moment together is a gift, and how he wants many more years by her side. Meanwhile, fans are screaming, where did this come from? Because if you watched the season, you know, these two were spiraling. Their fights were vicious. They clashed on everything: finances, wedding dresses, family expectations, the baby pressures from Georgie's Bulgarian relatives, and Darcy feeling unsupported. At one point, Darcy literally walked out of a restaurant, drunk, upset, done, and shoved Georgie away when he tried to comfort her. And yet, here we are. A happy anniversary post that reframes the entire narrative. Georgie even thanked People magazine for highlighting their graceful love story. Fans did a double take at that word, graceful, because nothing about their on-screen journey has been graceful. So what's going on? Are we seeing the real relationship on Instagram and the manufactured drama on TV? Some viewers definitely think so. Others believe Darcy and Georgie have one of those chaotic, lightning storm relationships. Loud, emotional, but ultimately unbreakable. And then there's the elephant in the room, Stacy. Fans still remember when Stacy had her own tension with Georgie, and now her twin sister is celebrating another anniversary with him like nothing ever happened. Social media detectives are already combing Stacy's stories to see whether she acknowledged it or conveniently ignored it. Either way, Georgie's post basically says, don't count us out, we're still here, we're happy, and we're doing this our way. And just when you think things are calming down, oh no, buckle up again. Wait until you see Jenny drop the biggest ultimatum on Sumit we've ever heard. All right, let's get into this because Jenny is done. Capital D, capital O, capital N-E. After months of suffocating tension inside Sumit's parents' home, Jenny has officially said she cannot take one more minute under that roof. And yes, she is ready to walk away from her marriage if Sumit doesn't act. Here's the setup. Jenny and Sumit moved in with his parents because they were struggling financially. Totally understandable. New business, major expenses, life happening. But Jenny always believed the arrangement was temporary. Once the cafe started making money, she assumed they'd finally get their own space. Turns out, Sumit does not feel the same urgency. When Jenny confronted him, she expected a conversation. What she got was a wall. Sumit said he's still not stable enough to leave, that they're dependent on his parents, and that moving out right now was too big of a step. Jenny's face said everything. She told him straight up, "I can't live with your family anymore." And for the first time in a long time, Jenny did not waver. She made it crystal clear, if he doesn't pack his bags, she's packing hers. And Sumit's reaction? Full shock, like someone unplugged his brain and plugged it back in wrong. He did not think she would take it this far. Fans who watched the clip noticed how exhausted Jenny looked, physically, emotionally, mentally. She's been dealing with constant disapproval, scrutiny, passive-aggressive comments, and pressure to fit into a household she was never truly welcomed into. And honestly, viewers are behind her. One fan wrote, "Jenny has given everything. It's time she puts herself first." Another said, "Her health is declining. She can't stay in that toxic environment." Even critics of their relationship are saying Jenny deserves a break from the chaos. People are also pointing out the obvious. Sumit has a long track record of choosing his parents over Jenny until the very last minute. So fans are wondering, is this another round of hesitating and backtracking? Or will he finally grow up and choose his wife? There's also speculation that the cafe storyline was edited to soften the blow, that maybe the business isn't actually doing well enough to support them living independently. But if that's the case, why promise Jenny otherwise? Either way, Jenny has finally found her voice, and this ultimatum is the strongest boundary she's ever drawn. And just when you thought this episode couldn't get any messier, buckle up again. Angela Deem's latest behavior has fans whispering about drug use, and the clues are disturbing. All right, deep breath, because this Angela update is wild, even by Angela standards. The 90-Day Fiancé star posted a string of social media videos that instantly set Reddit, Instagram, and TikTok on fire. And not in a fun way, in a something is seriously wrong here way. Let's start with the footage. Fans notice Angela acting erratic, fast, jerky gestures, unfocused movements, odd bursts of manic dancing, flashing lights going off behind her, and facial expressions that didn't match anything she was saying. At one point, she looked straight into the camera with pupils so tiny they barely existed, and that's when the comments exploded. One Reddit user wrote, "Not that I'm worried for Angela, but is she on drugs or something?" Another commenter didn't sugarcoat it. "She is definitely a drug user. Look at the signs." Fans pointed to several warning signs they believe are obvious. Her pupils appearing pinched, unstable eye movements, oversized sleeve shirts covering her arms, and bizarre, uncoordinated dancing on TikTok. Now, let's be clear. These are fan accusations, not confirmed facts. But the speculation is dominating every discussion thread right now. Then there's the emotional angle. One commenter said, "At least she's clearly off the meth since she's gaining weight back," while another insisted she's definitely on opioids based on her facial reactions. And the most chilling theory? Some viewers think Angela spirals emotionally after everything that happened with Michael, his disappearance, her heartbreak, the long-distance chaos, and turned to unhealthy coping mechanisms. As if that weren't enough, fans highlighted a recent video where Angela seemed disoriented mid-sentence, almost forgetting what she was talking about. People started stitching the clip on TikTok with captions like, "Is she okay?" and "Someone needs to check on her."
The conversation has gotten so loud that some viewers are calling for intervention, saying her inner circle, or the show's producers, should step in before things get worse. But Angela being Angela, she hasn't addressed a single rumor. No clarification, no explanation, nothing. And that silence, it's making people even more suspicious. Fans are torn. Half think Angela is spiraling into something dangerous, while others believe she's exaggerating for attention or trying to shock people into keeping her relevant.
Keep it locked, because the next story lands us in a totally different kind of emotional territory. Chantel just revealed Ashley's heartbreaking and heroic military past. This tribute is powerful. Let's break this down, because this story is equal parts heartbreaking, inspiring, and beautiful. Chantel Everett, yes, the Chantel, reshared a series of Instagram stories from her girlfriend, Ashley Brown. And these weren't your typical soft girl aesthetic posts. These were powerful, emotional photos from Ashley's deployment in Haiti after the catastrophic 2010 earthquake. The first image shows Ashley in full military gear, boots in the mud, looking focused, calm, and incredibly brave. Chantel reposted it with the simple caption, "My baby." And honestly, that alone made fans emotional. But then, Ashley went deeper. She shared a photo inside a helicopter, helmet on, writing, "In 2010, I dropped from a helicopter to aid Haiti during the earthquake. I helped deliver food and water to locals and assisted in moving the injured and those who passed away. This wasn't just service. This was frontline, life or death humanitarian work." Another picture, dated January 16th, 2010, shows Ashley taking a brief break, sweaty, exhausted, but determined. And then comes the gut punch. Ashley posted a photo of herself crying while a fellow soldier wiped away her tears. She wrote, "I was crying over a little boy named Equinez the French. He had his leg amputated. I was there with him during surgery and almost adopted him and his twin brother." Chantel resharing that image of her girlfriend in such a vulnerable and noble moment felt like a public declaration of love and respect. This wasn't just a repost. This was Chantel saying, "This is who she is. This is what she's lived through. And I'm proud of her." Fans flooded the comments and DMs. This just made me love Ashley even more. Chantel found a real one. Now this is a power couple. Some fans even joke that Pedro is somewhere punching the air after seeing Chantel thriving with someone who has literal hero credentials. Others pointed out how soft Chantel becomes around Ashley. More open, more affectionate, more honest. It's a side viewers say they haven't seen since her earliest 90-day days, before the family drama consumed everything. If you love today's deep dive into the chaos, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and tell us in the comments which storyline blew your mind the most. And don't forget to follow us across socials so you never miss a single scandal, glow up, or meltdown. And trust me, you're going to want to be here tomorrow, because the next episode, let's just say someone's about to drop a bombshell that rewrites everything.